Hello everyone, welcome to the kitchen. How are you doing? I am having a day off, so I decided I would make some lemon cranberry loaf. But I'm gonna double my recipe, so I'm making two. Cause, you know, I'm a single woman, I need two. JK, I need two because I freeze them all the time, so I'm not gonna eat them, I swear, all in one sitting or anything. So, I don't know, it was a while since I made one of these kind of videos, so I thought I'd do it again. I like cranberry lemon loaf. It's really, really good. So that's why I'm doing it. It doesn't have to be Christmas time and I will still eat this. Yeah. So I just add sugar and salt to my bowl, and then we're going to get into juicing some lemons, and zesting lemons, I should say. You can tell I'm a baker, my knives are so dull. One of the chefs I know at work is like, bakers, y'all have the worst knives, they're so dull. I'm like, true, we don't need to have sharp knives. So, I'm gonna quickly give these a wash so that they don't taste bitter, but I'll be back. Oh no, where did it go? Oh, there it is, jeez. Just throwing lemons, holy crap. Don't mind me being a dingus. Oh my god. Okay. Rewash the lemon. Pro tip, if you want your cake to taste like lemon, or your lemon squares or whatever you're doing that's lemony, zest your lemon into the sugar first. It really, really helps. I know it sounds really kind of extra, but it matters. It so matters. Oh my gosh. And it's great because you turn your sugar yellow. So that's always fun too. I like turning things colors. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just zest everything, and I will inevitably juice everything as well because it's time. I've had these lemons for a while, so they're gonna get hard and gross. So that's what I'm gonna do. Also, if you haven't got one of these, you really should have one. It's a microplane. These are fantastic. They work so great for zesting. They work great for grating Parmesan cheese. Like, they're super sharp. So they're awesome for zesting because you don't end up cutting yourself. Ask how I know. I've zested my own fingers so many times. But it also works for, yeah, grating Parmesan or like a firm cheese. Super good. So definitely a tool I could not live without. Just putting that out there too. Tools are awesome. Yes, I am fussy about all my zest. You can't fake zest, you know, so don't waste it. Look. See how the sugar is all white in there, right? And that's all the zest that I just zested on top. Watch what happens after a couple of minutes of me stirring it. There, see? This turns all yellow now, see? And it's going to make the cake taste that much lemonier. Now, we're gonna go to the mixer, which happens to be behind you, and we're gonna cream this. That's a very important step. You've gotta cream this together. It's important. So I'm gonna do that. Now we let it do its thing for a minute anyway. While that's happening, I'm going to get some flour. I'm gonna juice my lemons, obviously, because I gotta make some buttermilk. Buttermilk is important for this cake. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna juice. That's what I'm doing. This is what it should look like when it's all creamed together. Here. I'll get some. There. Ta-da! That's just sugar, salt, and lemon zest and butter. It needs to be a nice homogeneous mixture for a happy, nice cake experience. Like that for now, and continue juicing. That's what I'm gonna do. I've already put some lemon juice in my cup of milk to make my own buttermilk. Just so you know, that's all you gotta do, is about a tablespoon-ish of lemon in milk makes buttermilk. It's like, it's for about a cup's worth of milk, I put in like a tablespoon of lemon juice, and that'll give you that buttermilk experience. So you don't have to buy special buttermilk if you're like a lot of people and you don't use a ton of buttermilk because you don't make a lot of cakes and scones and stuff. Otherwise, go ahead and buy buttermilk already made. It's easier. That's what I say. Okay, let's continue juicing. These lemons are pretty squishy, but by the way, if you have like a firmer lemon that's not really juicy, take them and roll them like that. It loosens up the juice inside, makes them easier. It makes the juice release easier. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, I'm letting you in on a little secret here. Because I have to walk home, this has not happened before, this is the first time, but I needed a carton of eggs, so I bought a carton of eggs, and one of the eggs broke on the way home. So because I know that I broke it and it just happened, I'm gonna cook with it anyway. Because I know that I broke it for a fact, I checked it in the store and they were fine in the store, it's all my fault. So I'm gonna cook with this. And use it. But that's it, what happened, and it's sad. Okay. So now we add our egg. There's gonna be 4 eggs. We have to add them one at a time and let that do its thing. And then I need to get my dry ingredients ready, and we do the cake thing, where we add the dry and the wet and the dry and the wet and the dry and the wet. So off I go. Okay, I just did all the eggs and mixed those in because the mixer is loud and annoying and I can't talk over it. Even with a microphone, I don't think I would feel good talking over it. So it's mixed, it's ready. It's waiting for me to sift some flour and baking powder. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I don't mean to be patronizing, I'm just saying what I'm doing and why I'm doing it in case it matters. Of course, it doesn't necessarily, but please do this with your flour. Again, not patronizing. Flour is so heavy, and when you're, okay, real bakers will always say, weigh your flour. It's better to do things by weight than by volume, and I get that, but I don't know, when you're used to doing it volumetrically, it becomes annoying to do it by weight, because then you got to get out your scale and you got to get a, you know, a vessel and figure, you know, to me it's annoying. So, and because I'm older, I learned to cook and things back in the day before everybody had kitchen scales the way they do now. So I'm just used to doing it this way. That's why fluffing matters. If you're doing it by weight, it doesn't really matter to the same degree. My hand's getting tired. Come on now. Before I do anything, I'll show you. This is how you want your mix to look so far, at least according to me. That's what you want. It's all mixed together and it's creamy and yellow and lovely. Like I was saying, because I added a liquid just previous to this, I need to add a dry. And you usually add dry, liquid, usually in about 3 parts. I think that's the kind of traditional way to do it. Obviously I don't measure, I just kind of guess, it looks like a third, you know, and then you just alternate between until everything is just mixed in. And the thing, like I was saying before with the flour, is that you just want it to be incorporated. And once it is incorporated / hydrated, stop. No more mixing, at least not with a machine. I will be adding cranberries to this at the very end, and I will stir them in with my spatula instead of with the machine. It just won't overactivate the gluten and make a denser, heavier cake. If it was bread, we wouldn't worry about it, but this is not bread, so. Also, because I'm a total forgetful Jones about what I've just done, often because when I'm making a cake like this, I'm actually working in the work kitchen, so I'm doing other processes all at the same time, so I will forget. So what I do is I put next to my mixer what I'm supposed to add next. Just a little mnemonic there for us, in case it matters to you. But that's my process. Low speed, because flour, that sucks so much. And this is why cake making can be more labor intensive, because you gotta stop and you gotta scrape. I mean scrape. You wanna see the steel of your bowl. See? That's why I do what I do. Yeah, it's coming together nicely. We're done with the mixer. Yay! Okay. See? This is what you want. It's smooth. It's homogeneous. You can still see there's lemon in there, but that's good, because that's what we want it to taste like. So, you know, makes sense. All right. Now, consistency changes a bunch because we've just added frozen cranberries. It would be different if they were not frozen, but that's actually okay. The first time I tried this recipe, I thought, oh my god, the frozen cranberries are going to release a lot of moisture and the cake is going to turn into like mushy grossness, but it doesn't. I don't know why, but the cranberries seem to keep their moisture within, so that when you bite into them when you're eating the cake, then the moisture comes out and you get a lovely flavor from the cranberry. But somehow it doesn't seem to affect the cake itself while it's baking, which is one of those neat things that I learned. Now, because I'm me, feel compelled to just use up what's left in this bag of cranberries because I don't have any other plans for them and I like them. And I want this to be obvious to me later that it's a cranberry lemon loaf. Although, I know, I would know. Should have put more in the batter. Oops. That's okay. These are gonna taste super good. Now, I just gotta stash these in the oven for around 50 minutes, probably more like an hour because this oven is cold, just saying. But that's all there is to it, really. We'll start with 50. There. Now I get to clean up and wait for these to finish out, and then we can move on to the next step. There are other steps. This one being the biggest step. Well, these have been turned out of their pans and they are still warm. But now's the time to brush on some syrup. That's the next step, you see, is brushing on the syrup. This is simple syrup made from a little bit of water and a bunch of sugar and juice from candying fruit. So I made it a long time ago, but I saved it because it's good for brushing on things like this. That's what I'm using it for. Yep, I'm brushing the bottoms because it just seems like the right thing to do. So that's what I'm gonna do. Ooh, go. 1, 2, 3. There we go. They've got there's these charming lines all along the tops. Oh well, that's okay. It's for me, so I don't really care. There we are. Now we gotta let these cool completely, and then we put the glaze on. We're not done. This was just syrup. Next is the glaze. Hi, I have to be quiet. It's late, and I don't want my neighbors to hear me. But these are cool enough that I can glaze them now. There we go. That's better. Perfect amount. Yes. Excellent. There they are. Now I get to get ready for bed, and then we will slice these in the morning and put them in the freezer. Job done.